Good evening, everyone. Welcome to my channel, the Angels of Alchemy. I'm psychic medium and angelic channel Dee Grewal, and this is going to be the weekly general read for Earth signs, Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo from 10/20 to 10/26. I hope you all had a fabulous week. Real quick, you can find me on Facebook at Dee Grewal, psychic medium and angelic channel, as well as on Instagram at the Angels of Alchemy. You can also visit my website at healingwithheaven.com. Those of you who are subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. I love and appreciate each and every one of you. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and like at the end of the video. And for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. And if the messages resonate, please give me a thumbs up, like on the video, as well as subscribe to the channel. Would love to have you. So with that being said, let's go ahead and move into your reading for the week. Now, there's a couple of things that we need to look at, some of the alignments that are happening. We did have Pluto that turned direct, and this week Mercury has moved into the shadow aspect, okay? Mercury will be fully retrograde October 31st on Halloween, and it's going to be retrograde in the sign of Scorpio. And Venus is also going to be in Scorpio, so relationships are front and center. We are closing out cycles, and I know I've been saying this, and I'm going to continue to say it because it's an emphasis this year. The energies the way they are right now. Now, when you have Mercury in Scorpio, okay, it's going to be, I can tell you this much, it's going to be an intense one. All right, and the fact that Venus is in Scorpio as well, it's going to be significant, especially concerning relationships, communication in relationships, relationship that you have with yourself and the relationship that you have with others, the cycles that you've been repeating within your relationships, whether it be family, friends, romantic partnerships. What have you been allowing? What's your part been? So this is really being highlighted, and there's a big emphasis on that. And anything that's not built on a solid foundation is not remaining. And this has been part of that energy since the beginning of this year, especially the relationship that you have with yourself, because the relationship that you have with yourself is a reflection of the relationships you have with other people. So really, what I'm definitely feeling this week, things are going to amp up. I'm feeling an intensity. It's going to be a week where emotions are running high. This isn't a week to get into confrontation. Avoid confrontation and arguments and things of that nature. Now, remember, when you're going into the shadow aspects of Mercury, Mercury kind of is about communication. So when you were going into this retrograde phase, communication can kind of go haywire during this time, and so just be careful with your words, what you're saying to people, and, kind of avoid getting into that. This is a time of deep reflection, and you're being guided to, kind of retreat and reflect. But also, you need to make decisions that you've been putting off making for a long time. That's definitely coming up. Whatever door that needs to close, whatever cycle that you're resisting closing, it needs to come to a wrap up. Now, whether or not you make that decision to close out a cycle, or the universe is going to kind of help you along to close that cycle out. This is about taking a leap of faith at this time as well, trusting in your dreams and your desires. Even when you're in chaos, you need to find the peace in chaos. One of the messages that my guides gave to me yesterday in meditation was there is infinite wisdom in silence. And so I really feel what you need, the answers that you're seeking are all within you. You kind of know where you need to go, but you're kind of resisting making certain changes, and the universe is giving you that nudge along to make those changes. So it's going to be a deep week, a week of reflection for sure. And, emotions are running high. You've got that water element here. So what I suggest for this week is taking the time out to detach from toxic situations and environments, going into meditation and seeking answers from within. I do feel big support from your guides and your angels this week. The Ascended Masters, I'm feeling very much, the presence is very heavy, and, not in a bad way. It's just that there's extra support coming in from the universe to give those challenging moments and those obstacles that you're feeling, give it to God, give it to your angels, to your guides, whoever it is that you believe in, you know, but have faith that you're being supported. Now, let's go ahead and move into this reading. There was something else that I was going to say to you, and I just lost track of what I was going to say. Oh, so I also meditated on your cards. Okay, I always pre-shuffle the cards and I meditate beforehand. And what they showed me was the winds of change. They literally showed me a tornado. Tornado is a symbol of change and transformation. And, you know, it's kind of ironic the way that they showed that with the earth signs, okay? But I really, there's an element of air, so which tells me this communication this week is going to be intense. Also, the communication you have with yourself is going to be extremely important. But it's also the winds of change. There's that element of earth. You know, you need to ground yourself this week, because I feel whatever's happening feels very big. It feels intense, and big changes. This is what I'm feeling. Things are revving up. And then they showed me the Beauty and the Beast, which I thought that was really interesting, and there was an emphasis on fairy tales, okay? And they showed me a Beauty and the Beast, and they really showed me at the end when they're having this waltz together and they're dancing together. So there was a couple of things that I took from that. And one is the story in itself. And, you know, if you don't remember the story, go back and kind of refresh your memory about the story. You know, that she falls in love with somebody completely. It was someone that she never expected to fall in love with, first of all. But she saw the beauty in the beast, okay? And it's kind of like this couple coming together that you know, defeats all reason, and you know, when you look at that story, it's like, oh my God, look, she's fallen in love with this beast, but she fell for the person that he was on the inside. And there's a denial really on both their parts when it comes to who they've fallen in love with. And you know, him needing, he needs her, okay? He needs her in his life also, because he needs to break free from this spell. So when I look at this story, there's, you know, the way this played out in the cards that I've pulled, I find it very interesting. One that tells me dreams do come true. Okay, I definitely felt that dreams do come true, and to believe in your dreams, and also keep your mind open. This did feel like a very spiritual partnership, divine union, romantic partnership and relationship reading, but there was other aspects and elements coming into the reading, but this vision that they've given me, it's like this story that they're telling. It's almost like sometimes who you expect to be your partner, right, and who winds up being your partner isn't always one and the same. And sometimes whatever happens is going to exceed your expectations. So there's a feeling of that. Okay, there was definitely that element coming in there. But there's this feeling of both of them kind of had this, almost like a denial of the feelings that they had in the beginning, right? They both weren't they both needed to come into balance and understand their feelings that they had for each other. So I feel like you could be dealing with somebody like that, okay? And because I do feel there's something definitely connected to your past as I was feeling this out. And there's a feeling of don't limit yourself. And, you know, there's this element of surprise. There's this element of surprise with them giving me that story. And it's like, you know, at the end, he's broken from the spell, and he's this handsome prince, okay? And so there's this whole element of surprise, and I feel like something is happening, something is unfolding that you're not quite expecting, and it's literally going to be like a curveball coming your way. You never expected this. You never expected how it was going to happen, when it was going to happen. how it was going to surprise you, that whole element of surprise, even down to who it is. And for some of you, I feel like there's this connection to somebody or something from your past that is going to give you this element of surprise. Now, I can only give you the way that I've given you in bits and pieces, because this is how I've received it. And like I said, there's different ways that I'm receiving the information. And I almost feel like there's a couple of scenarios here as I tell you that. You have to take the story and see how it resonates for you as well. But I do feel like there was a possibility of, even when I look at the story, there's a point in time where Belle leaves the beast, okay? And there was this question on if she was ever going to come back. And, you know, he went into this whole place of feeling depressed, not knowing, you know, if she would ever return to him. There was always that possibility. Did she ever love him? And yet she does go back. She does go back, right? And so they do come together, but it's almost like what he needs to realize happens when she walks away or she leaves. So I almost get the sense and feeling here, there's this element of some kind of ending that's happening. And when we're looking at a relationship, something that you could have walked away from the past or you're walking away from now. And it needs to happen this way because of the blessing and because of the surprise and what's to come. And that's how I'm going to leave it with you. I'm not going to give you any more than that because there's some element of this that is meant to be a surprise. So, you know, you have to take the story as it resonates to you. This is how I've received it and the different aspects of it. And interesting enough, where we're going to pick up now and go into the cards, it kind of confirms some of the things that I'm getting here. So, what is the theme, I asked them, for this week for you earth signs? And what I got is believe in your dreams. And there's two cards that are emphasizing that same message. Some of you don't believe what you're asking for is going to come true. Some of you have an expectation of it needs to happen in this way, and if it doesn't happen in this way, it's just never going to happen. And this is where I'm telling you, you need to believe in your dreams. You need to have faith, and you need to take a leap of faith. That's what I'm feeling very strongly. All right, you need to trust, believe, and take a leap of faith right now. But don't allow doubt and fear to ruin your dreams and your intentions, to pull you away from your path. Don't allow the fear to hold you back. It's only creating blocks. You need to believe in yourself and believe in your dreams with conviction and truly feel it and feel that those things that you're asking for are coming into fruition. You have here, take time to breathe out. I feel like you need to detach from whatever it is you're trying to manifest, from some situation around you that has consumed you. You need to take a time out and breathe. Go into meditation. Take a walk in nature. It's time to detach from this situation or scenario, because right now I feel like you're only creating a block in what it is that you're trying to create. And then you have the end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. What I'm feeling is this is something connected to the past. I feel that there's some outdated thoughts and belief systems that you've had, especially concerning love. You have these belief systems in your mind about love. Some of you have, you know, this archetype of damsel in distress. You know, being rescued from something. And I feel like part of it, you know, this goes to how you see yourself, how you love yourself, this story of love that you've been telling yourself since you've been growing up. Some of you, you know, this damsel in distress archetype is somebody's going to come and rescue the day. And what I feel is like, you need to realize that you are that someone, and it happens with your power. Okay. So there's this story you've been telling yourself that just isn't true. And you know, for you to step into your own personal power here, okay? There's addictions and codependencies that are connected to your past that you're breaking free from, and you're claiming your independence, or there's a need to claim your independence. That's coming in very, very strong, breaking away from toxic cycles, these repetitious things that you've been doing, these cycles that you've been repeating, where it concerns relationships. And I'm talking about all your relationships that you have with family, friends, romantic partnerships and relationships, because they're all a reflection of how you thought about yourself and how you see yourself. And this is hugely about the relationship that you have with yourself. Now here you have Michael. I asked him for guidance and what his message was. And Michael is here saying, pay attention to your dreams. Now, when I saw this card, because I pulled this one after I had pulled this card. When I saw this card, I immediately went to, the feeling that came in me was, believe in your dreams. Believe in your dreams. And that card came out next. And so there was two interpretations of this that I'm getting. You need to trust and believe in your dreams and what it is that you're trying to manifest. And two, pay attention to your dreams, because the angels, your guides, are working with you through the dream state. And they're bringing you information about questions that you're asking. So pay attention, all right? Because they're guiding you in the dream state. And there's something that you know, but you're doubting it. There's something that's been given to you in your dreams, but you're doubting it. And that's where the block's coming in. Because right now, I'm really feeling that you need to take that leap of faith. So let's move into these cards over here. You have, it's funny because I had placed them down one way and now I see that they need to be placed this way. You have moving on. There's something that you're leaving behind. Again, the number of 6, it's a number of nostalgia, some type of thoughts and belief systems you have that are connected to the past, okay? You're leaving something from your past behind. And this has changed you as a person, okay? You've been going through this transformation, all right? A lot of this is about the relationship that you have with yourself. But as you leave this behind, this thought, this belief that you've had, okay? What you're moving away from, these thoughts that you've had about love and relationships, it's really been bringing you to, it's been a part of your spiritual path, your journey. You've been going through this kind of grand awakening. But this is where love begins. This transformation has been bringing you to this. This is where love begins, because this was about you stepping into your personal power and realizing the love that you really seek is you. And this isn't about somebody coming to save the day and rescue you and take you off, and you know, there's that fantasy aspect of that. But this was about your relationship with you, which ultimately will now bring partnerships and relationships that are truly aligned in unconditional love, because you've been settling for less than what you truly deserve up to this point. As you're coming into realization of this, there's a fulfillment of your wishes. There's a fulfillment of your dreams, your desires, those things that you wanted to manifest. Here they are. This is that 9th cup. Your dreams coming true. You're starting to see, and if you're not, there's a need to see things from a higher perspective. View from above. Get the big picture. I feel like you need to envision what you want in your life. I feel like you need to get clear about what it is that you're asking for, because what you've been asking for up to this point, it wasn't coming from your heart. It was wishy-washy. So you've been attracting, you know, this, you've been feeling uncertain. So you've just been attracting uncertain. And it's like the universe is saying to you, what do you want? What is the bigger picture here? And also to remember, we don't always get what we want, but we'll always get what we need. But they're saying to you, what is the bigger picture here? What is it that you're asking for? okay? And then you need to believe in that. The only reason you've been getting, you know, there hasn't been like you've been getting, excuse me for saying so, but half-ass, okay? The reason why you've been getting that is because you're not seeing things from the higher perspective. It's like you've been uncertain. So if you're uncertain, that's what the universe is bringing to you, because like attracts like, right? And they're saying, what's the bigger picture here? What are you asking for? You know, how are you envisioning your life to be? And, you know, if you're limiting yourself to specifics, then you're not giving the universe enough room to bring you what you want. Because you have this, it needs to be in this way, and it can't be any other way, and this is how it's going to be, and that's that. But that's not allowing the divine, the universe, your guides, your angels, to bring your prayers about, you know, your wishes and your desires, because you're limiting yourself. And there's a need to rise above and see things from a higher perspective, to also see that, you know, what have you learned up to this point? What have you learned up to this point? The situations and scenarios, what have you learned from them? What can you take from them? What did they teach you? Because there's no accidents. And, you know, you can't say that this was never meant to be. Why me? Okay, there's a feeling of why me? Why has this happened to me in this way? And ultimately, you need to look at what you've taken from the situations, the scenarios in your life, because they've all taught you something, and they've all been bringing you to this moment. They've been bringing you to love, and they've been bringing you to wish fulfillment. You know, there's a need for you to go within at this time. Solitude. In silence, peace prevails. And it goes back to what the guides and, you know, what they said to me yesterday when I was sitting in meditation. And that is, there is infinite wisdom in silence. Take a time out, because the answers you seek lie within you. You're breaking whatever scenarios you were repeating in love before. Breaking trail, a breakthrough is at hand. You're breaking free now. Okay, this tells me a conclusion is within reach. Peaceful conclusion, all right? You're breaking free of a cycle, and that you're busting through a major block in your life that's been blocking you for a very long time. Finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. This goes back to being in solitude. This breakthrough is coming as you take a time out, as you take a moment to reflect, as you detach from outside circumstances and influences. You know, in distractions, you need to detach from all that. Find your place within you and seek your answers there, because they're all there and you're being guided, okay? So find a place, go walk in nature, do things that are going to help you get through the energy of this week. Now over here, let's go into your tarot cards. Actually, let me show you. At the bottom of the deck, you have the Nine of Pentacles. This is a woman who's in this abundant, fruitful garden. Look at the fruit on the trees and all these pentacles. She's created all of this. All right, she's created it by finding her independence, by coming into alignment with her divine self. She's been able to create this abundance, success, and prosperity. But you know, this beautiful woman, she's gone through trials and tribulations to get through this point. She's had to have learning and growth. But here she is now in a peaceful state in this garden with all this fruit and abundance around her. But she created this when she broke free, when she claimed her independence, when she took a leap of faith. So let's look at the messages here. You have the Ace of Wands. This is about wanting a passionate new start that's available to you, okay? Using also your creative gifts and abilities, expressing yourself through artistic expression, writing, because I feel that's going to help you. But here you are. I feel like you're waiting for a passionate new beginning, a passionate new start. All right. It's clarified by renewal. So it's like this rebirth and renewal that you've been wanting in your life. You're wanting a passion. You want to find that newfound passion in your life, and that drive and that willpower and that determination and that fuel that you need in order to move forward. Okay, so there's this rebirth and renewal that you are wanting in your life because you're completing a cycle. This happens after an ending of a cycle. You have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, and you have rivalry and new beginnings. Some of you have been caught up in, because I did feel again about relationships. Some of you have been caught up in a third party scenario. Okay, because this is about contracts as well, I'm feeling. And some of you have, this is about competition, okay, with other people. And it's time to leave that behind. It's time to break free of this third party. And if it's not you, somebody is breaking free of the third party. For others of you, there's been conflicts around work and contracts, okay? I do recommend, as we're moving into Mercury retrograde and also during the shadow, this isn't a time to be signing contracts. But there's this, whatever this rivalry was, it's about to come to an end and you're going to have a new beginning. Some of you are going to be moving. There's a feeling of moving out. Some of you, where there's been an ending in a relationship, you're moving out, okay, due to some kind of betrayal and third-party situation. For others of you, this is somebody around you, somebody that you're dealing with that I feel that is going to be breaking free of some kind of third-party scenario here. But ultimately, there's a new start. You need to leave this all behind, right? You have the King of Cups. This is somebody who sometimes holds back in sharing emotions, okay? He can be emotional, and very passionate, very loving, but sometimes it's like a detached emotion, okay? Somebody who doesn't really express their true feelings, all right? But here you have this King of Cups. Now, you could be dealing with a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces, all right, or this is somebody who has a lot of water in their sign, okay? But this is your destiny. This person is your destiny, okay? So if you're going through some kind of ending, or this person's gone through some kind of ending, this was a part of your destiny. This is the Wheel of Fortune now moving things in your favor, I'm feeling like. Okay, something is coming back around. So some of you, this is news from the past, and this could be happening during this Mercury retrograde cycle. Somebody wants to come in and kind of make an offer, but this is part of destiny as some type of conflict comes to an end. And this part of your destiny is a brand new beginning, okay? There's here's the Sun. There's enlightenment here, okay? Again, see, I'm feeling that third party scenario again here as you see these three people. But some part of that is coming to an end for sure. But here's the Sun bringing bright new beginnings, okay? This is Archangel Michael's card, so I'm feeling his energy strong. This is Divine Masculine. Some of you, there could be a birth of a child, okay? But definitely new beginnings and a new start that's coming in. You're reflecting on something here. You also have the Queen of Swords. Now, some of you could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, male or female, okay? Because I almost feel like there's a pick between two people, all right, where it concerns relationships. And there's another way I'm looking at this card. The Queen of Swords, she's a woman who is confident, strong. Sometimes she can have an attitude, okay? But she's not going to take any BS. She's going to cut away what no longer is serving her. And that's underneath this Three of Pentacles. So this, could be cutting away. This Gemini, Libra, Aquarius is cutting something out. So, but there's a feeling of feeling restricted. Some of you have been feeling stuck and restricted within a situation. you know, due to third party, okay? Perhaps the person that you've been interested in has been in the third, you know, married. They could be married, all right? Because you had that card up there. 3, again, is my card of third party. It's also talks about contracts. But somebody's wanting to break free of restrictions. So there's definite ending that's coming here and responsibilities. They feel tied down and burdened by this, but they want to break free from it. And there's definitely an ending that's happening here because you have the Death card. And that's underneath the King of Cups and Destiny. So there's something that I feel that is coming back around that didn't come together in the past. And it goes back to that Beauty and the Beast story. All right. And somebody has just not seen, they haven't seen clearly yet. Okay. And perhaps you're the person that's walking away. But there's this feeling of something that's ending. There's this transformation that's occurring within a relationship. Somebody from your past, for some of you. Remember, this is a general read. It's going to resonate for some and not others. But there's a definite feeling of that. And this is bringing about, and it happens from disappointment. There's some kind of betrayal that's happened. Again, here we have that third party. But this is coming to an end. That disappointment is coming to an end. And there's growth. There's transformation happening within a relationship here. There's tremendous amount of growth that's unfolding. Over here you have the Queen of Wands. Okay, you could be dealing also, you really have all the signs here. You have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. You have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. You also have Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. So you could be dealing with any of these signs really, and or you've got somebody with the elements of these signs. You know, I was picking this more up as is you taking on this fire energy, okay? Because she's been clarified by balance and a decision. What I'm definitely getting is definitely, again, sorry I keep saying that word, but the feeling of a third party, okay? And what I'm getting is that you're seeking balance and stability. You want this passionate new start. You want, some of you want this renewed passion within a relationship, but you're having to make a decision. And you know, this decision is about you finding balance within yourself. So I more so felt that this was you. This is your energy. And if not, it's somebody around you that is trying to balance and make a decision that's going to be fair and just for everybody that's involved in this scenario. Big emphasis on third party for sure. And then you have the Queen of Pentacles. So like I said, now you have Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius, and you also have Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and now you have Taurus, Capricorn, and Virgo. So really you have all the elements here. You could be dealing with any sign, okay? Or people who have strong elements of these signs within their own personal chart. This is you, the Queen of Pentacles. All right, here you are, somebody who is solid, strong foundation usually, loving, caring, nurturing, okay? Possibly you have children, okay? Or the person around you within the third party has children, and this is why it's been difficult for them to make a decision about a third party situation. But, you know, like I said, that's not everyone. That's for some of you. But you're not confident in your choices right now. You're feeling very uncertain about your path. And this is why I felt like this was you. I felt this is you, this Queen of Wands. So some of you are earth sign with really strong fire sign in your chart. But this is you, I'm feeling. And you're trying to balance, to make a decision that is balanced and fair. And here you are, you just don't know. Some of you are having to choose between two people. Okay, and then you have, let me just put these down first. And here it is. Two of Pentacles, trying to juggle a decision, all right, trying to make a decision about something, and you're just juggling right now. So there's a feeling of somebody that's juggling between two people. If this isn't you, this is somebody that you're dealing with. But, you know, there's this whole situation of unable to make a decision, and more so out of fear, but something is destined to happen a certain way. Okay, know that. That is coming up very, very strongly. And then you have Four of Pentacles. Some of you are delusioned. You've been holding on to a situation that's not serving you or the person that you're dealing with. Okay. How you view who your marriage partner is going to be. Sorry, I dropped a card. Okay. But there's this feeling of you're holding on to something, an unwillingness to let go of something that's just not serving you. And there's this delusion. All right. Some of you are dealing with somebody who is married. Okay. And they're just not letting go. It's like they've created this illusion. Okay. You could be dealing with the Emperor here. You could be dealing, this is an older man. Okay. Aries. You could be dealing with an Aries sign. But there's they're wanting to make a decision and yet they haven't. They've been holding on to something. Okay. And it could be a marriage. For some of you, I'm definitely feeling that. And for others of you, you're afraid to make some kind of decision. You have this illusion of what your marriage partner is going to be or who it's going to be. And you've been holding on to something that's just not serving you. Okay. For some of you, it's that. But you have to take what resonates for you. Like I said, this is a general read. It's not going to resonate for everybody. Now, you have the Eight of Wands. There's something that, oh, look at this. My beginning reading, I started out with the tornado. Look at that. There's some kind of big change that's coming in. Some kind of message that you're going to receive. Some form of communication that's going to throw you into a whirlwind. Now, for some of you, you're going to receive an offer in regards to your work. And there's going to be major changes within your work. Okay, I feel here this Emperor energy is also somebody that you're meant to work with. There could be a work offer that's coming in. Major changes within your finances that I'm feeling. Now, she looks worried. But I'm not feeling it as that. There's this change coming in within work. Now, the other card that was clarifying this was relationships. Perhaps the person you're dealing with has been hesitating making decisions due to financial stability. They want to do things that are fair and just. They could have children involved. There's a feeling of that. For others of you, there's somebody, romantic partnership, that is like a spiritual union that's coming together where you're both meant to work together. So there's a feeling of that. But the other thing that I'm getting here, there's going to be a big change within relationships and career this week. That is going to ultimately bring you balance. This is going to bring you balance, okay? Whatever this is, this big change and this ending you're also going through, because highlighting Temperance, after this ending, there is contentment. Because highlighting Temperance, from completion and ending a cycle comes balance and contentment. Now, I pulled several cards for your guidance cards, okay? Your outcome cards, sorry. And then we'll go into your guidance cards. Let me just see what we have here. Okay. Here it is. You're getting into a place of partnerships and alliances. This is about a divine union coming together. This is also about those of you that are being aligned with people from your soul group that you're meant to be working with. But this is about partnerships and alliances coming together. And here's this divine union. This is about you coming into union with self and the divine, but also about these partnerships and alliances, these soul groups that are coming together right now. And for some of you, you're coming together in partnership with somebody that is meant to be a part of you're meant to be working together, but it's also a soul union, a spiritual union, a divine union coming together, a romantic partnership and relationship as well. Because you also have here the Six of Wands. Whatever you've been working towards manifesting, there will be victory and success. And this is something that you've been asking the universe for. This is the card of the Magician. As above, so below. You have all the tools that you need in order to create what you desire. This is all the elements, right? Everything is coming together. This is victory and success with what you've been working towards, what you've been focusing on manifesting into your life. And you've been manifesting Four of Wands, stability. This is sometimes referred to as the Twin Flames card. So this is spiritual union. But you've been manifesting this stability, in your life, within your partnerships, within your relationships, within work, your finances. This is what you've been working towards. And this is your wish fulfilled. This is your dreams, your desires, your wishes coming true. You have two cards of wish fulfillment. Everything's coming together. You went to go seek your 9th cup, and now you're moving towards that 10th cup. Complete emotional fulfillment. And this is destiny. Whatever you've been working on manifesting, this is your destiny. You have two cards of destiny. The Wheel of Fortune is moving things in your favor. And when it comes in, it's going to come in very, very quickly. So you're waiting for some kind of news. Again, you could be dealing with Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but something is coming in and very, very quickly. You're going to receive some kind of news, okay? But ultimately, this is your destiny coming into alignment. Let's go into your guidance cards for the week. You have, here we go. Part of your outcome cards, okay, was new life after regeneration. After you've gone through this rebirth and transformation and come into alignment with yourself, this is brand new beginning on the horizon for you. And that's what it's showing, which is emotional fulfillment, wish fulfillment, coming into fruition. Everything that you've been asking for, becoming manifest and coming aligned. You know, this is, you break the 6 and a 4, that's a 10. So this is, again, about an ending and the phoenix rising from the ashes, which is ultimately bringing this new life into fruition. And you have here why. The universe is saying to you not to ask why. You need to look at things, and sometimes things happen the way they do, but look at it from a higher perspective, right? You need to see what you've learned from everything up to this point. Don't wallow in misery, okay? And block yourself. It's not always important to know why, okay? It's not important for you to know why at this time, but you need to look at how far you've come. Reflect upon it, yes, but don't become the victim of your past is what I want to say. Know that everything happens the way it does for a reason, because there's always there's a greater reason, okay? And ultimately, it's been bringing you into divine alignment and bringing you towards your path. And it's unfolded the way it has because of, again, this is another card. There's 3 cards that speak destiny to me, okay? The Wheel of Fortune, things moving in your favor. This was also about divine timing, okay? Things needed to happen the way that they did. And it was all about divine time. It wasn't about your time. It was the universe's time. But what you were asking for is coming about. And you need to trust, believe, and have faith in that. But this, again, is the Wheel of Fortune. It's your destiny. take a time out. You have a third card. I'm sorry, 4 cards that speak destiny. That's crazy. You're being guided to breathe right now. You have 2 cards that indicated that. Go into meditation, breathe, allow yourself to release the stress that you've been holding onto. It's time to lay down the burdens from your path and breathe. Take a time out and detach, okay? Know that while you're waiting for this, for divine timing to come into play, just breathe through it, because everything's unfolding beautifully as it needs to, because fate is about to bring you abundant blessings. Again, this is your fate. This is your destiny. You're coming into alignment where you're meant to be. Exactly where you're meant to be. Okay, you're coming into alignment with exactly where you're meant to be. And trust, okay, the stars are guiding you. And this is blessings from the universe. Again, this is a card of destiny. So it feels like an intense week for sure. Emotions, I would recommend clearing yourself with sage, doing sea salt baths to kind of help you through some of this energy. Definitely detach from anything that's going to distract you, any kind of conflicts. And your main focus this week should be self-love and nurturing, okay? Take care of yourself, take care of your energy, and kind of allow the universe to guide you, your guides or angels, because they're really supporting you behind the scenes. And look into that story of the Beauty and the Beast and see how it resonates for you. But in actuality, this has been an absolutely beautiful reading, because something is really coming together beautifully, and you need to trust and believe that the universe has your back and what you're asking for is coming about. So I'm wishing you a blessed and beautiful week ahead. Please don't give me please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and like on the video. And for those of you who are new to my channel, if the messages resonate, give me that thumbs up, like, share, subscribe. Would love to have you join me. Take care, everyone. Namaste.